day 5 of training camp practices here at the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia. Ashley Bastock here with Mary Kay Cabot. And Mary Kay, it's my first day out here. You've been out here for all 5 practices, but I think my biggest takeaway from today watching this offense was the connection between Elijah Moore and Deshaun Watson. I think was everything I thought it would be.
Yes, we've been talking about this for the first 4 days of camp, and you got to see it today, and it's a real thing. Elijah Moore is doing a great job. He lines up all over the place. He lines up in the backfield. He lines up in the slot. He lines up outside. He's catching everything. Deshaun's having a ball, getting the ball to him, and looks like a dynamite connection.
And we did get a little bit of news on the receiver front as well today from Kevin Stefanski regarding Amari Cooper, and then we did get to see Anthony Schwartz today for the first time this training camp in practice.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, he's going to be out for another few days. He really was only out here for the first day for the walkthrough on Saturday, and that's been it for him so far. So hopefully for the Browns, he'll be back pretty soon. But they did get a little good news today, as you mentioned, and that is Anthony Schwartz back from his hamstring injury. The reason why that's really good for them is because their other speedster, Marquise Goodwin, is sidelined with blood clots.
Yeah, and it was interesting. It was a defensive-heavy day today in interviews, so I want to start with Martin Emerson Jr. because during red zone drills, we did see him pick off Deshaun Watson, but MJ seems very confident going into his second year.
Yeah, he was confident last year too, but I do see a difference in him this year. He's taken that step up that you want to see rookies do in their second season, and I've really seen that in him, and I'll tell you what, I put this in one of my takeaways yesterday. I think he's got Pro Bowl ability, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later.
And that was one of our 23 for 23 questions. I think I wrote that one. I'm losing track now. And then the other defensive guy we heard from was linebacker Anthony Walker Jr. Of course, the Browns got him to come back on a 1-year deal this year, but I thought it was really interesting to hear from him now that he is back from that injury, working his way back from that ruptured quad tendon he suffered in week 3 last year. He talked about even getting this appreciation that he thought he was going to have, a new appreciation for the game, but it's even more so, I think, than what he thought now that he's out there.
Yes, I knew when he tore the quad that it was going to be bad because actually my husband has torn both of his quads on separate occasions. Of course, he's a little older than Anthony Walker Jr., but still, I knew, and it ended his basketball career, I will tell you that. But, it's a bad injury, and I knew what Anthony Walker Jr. was about to face over these next, this next year, 8-9 months or whatever, and that it was going to be really, really difficult for him, and he soon found out that was exactly the case. But he's working his way back in, and here's hoping for Anthony, one of the best guys on the team, one of the best guys to deal with. Here's hoping that he comes back strong and better than ever.
All right, that is the latest from training camp out here at the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia. They have down to 3 more practices here. We will be back out here tomorrow, and be sure to check out all of our coverage from here and back at home in Cleveland and Berea over at cleveland.com/Browns.